Hey, how's everybody doing? Welcome to today's stream for King's Quest II: Romancing the Throne. I hope you guys liked that awesome trailer. That was a video game trailer for what passed for a trailer anyway for 1985, or maybe that was they would have released that maybe later for the 1987 re-release. I don't know, but that was like the King's Quest II demo. So, you know, yeah, it's a little bit different than what we get today. Um, so this game, there's actually not a lot of upfront stuff to say about it. Not like there was for King's Quest 1. King's Quest 2 came out in like spring 1985. Came out for PC Junior, Atari ST, Apple II, all that stuff. They re-released it later, along with King's Quest 1 and 3 for Amiga, Apple IIgs, MS-DOS, the version we're playing today. The ribbon down there on the box art that you see does not also say presented by Ryan Scott. No, not like my my intro. No, that says what does it say? Roberta Williams. Hold on, I'll read it to you. It says the best-selling 3D animated adventure series by Roberta Williams, over 500,000 sold. So that is what that says, and that's that box art down there that you see. That is the 1987 re-release. So let's think here. So this was Sierra's second AGI game, Adventure Game Interpreter game. It just so you guys know, I don't think I mentioned this last time, but AGI, the 16-color AGI games, they ran in a stunning 160 by 200 resolution, which means I'm pretty sure you could probably fit a window, just all the AGI games and probably many of the SCI games that came out, you could probably just fit them into, at their native resolution, into a 1920 by 1080 display and just play them all at the same time. So, you know, a little bit different than what we're used to today. 160 by 200 is pretty small. Did I ever play the later Leisure Suit Larry games? I played Magna Cum Laude. I played Sama of Boy. That was a bad game. I skipped Box Office Bust. Did not even touch that. That game looks like a nightmare. Yeah, was Roberta Williams famous by this point? Rodbot, yes, she was pretty well known by this point. She had made Mystery House. She had made Wizard and the Princess. She had made, I think she designed Mission Asteroid. I believe she designed The Dark Crystal. They had already, by this point, started up their relationships with Jim Henson and with Disney. They had made two Disney games by this point. They weren't adventure games. They made a Winnie the Pooh game, and they made a Mickey game, Mickey's Space Adventure. I'll be talking a little bit more about those next week in the context of Black Cauldron. But yeah, Roberta Williams was pretty well known by this point, right? So Sierra, they decided, Ken Williams being ever the opportunist, figured, hey, a sequel, that'll make some money. So they made a sequel, and that was kind of before the what we think of as sequels or franchises or cinematic universes, whatever, today. Back in 1985, we had the Star Wars trilogy. Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom had come out the previous year. I'm sure, I don't know, I want to say Jaws 2. Had it come out by then? I'm not sure. But sequels were not really like the super dominating force that we see today. But this was the 80s. We didn't yet have the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So King's Quest 2. Yeah, it was Sierra's second AGI game, and I should pull out the box, yeah, before we start looking. Hold on, let me grab the box. Before we look at the game proper. Here is King's Quest 2. This was from you can tell by the label. This was one of their kind of 90s era labels. And I got this as part of a trilogy package along with King's Quest 3 and 4. So, you get these hot screenshots on the back. All kinds of good stuff. You see what you're getting there. Most cutting edge graphics, right? There's Roberta Williams down there. Here, I'll hold it up a little bit. You could probably just Google this box. But Sierra, even at that time, they had this idea that their designers were the rock stars, and they would always put their pictures on the back of the box, right? So that's how we know, like, Roberta Williams and Al Lowe and Jane Jensen and all those guys. These days, companies are much more careful about celebrating individual designers, in that way. Let's see. Let's start up the game here. Where is here? I'll show you my DOSBox library here. Here's my my Sierra launcher. Again, I've got all these old games just set up here in DOSBox Game Launcher. And let's see. You really want to get the King's Quest reboot, but sadly it's not on GOG. You should get it through Steam. The King's Quest, Odd Gentleman's King's Quest reboot is really good. And in fact, there's it really expands on sort of the lore that is presented in King's Quest 2. Let's see here. There we go. All right, and let me expand this really quick. That is, again, my launcher. I've written launchers for most of these games through DOSBox, so I can pick different config files and whatnot. And I'm going to be using, as I did with King's Quest 1, a patched MIDI enhanced version, since I don't want to listen to a bunch of annoying speaker sounds. Thank you for this subscription, Lord Skeletor. Oh, great one. I hope you defeat He-Man soon. Slicer Mike asks, what Sierra games do you not own? There are a fair few that I don't own. I own almost every adventure game since King's Quest 1, though. I don't own any of the old high-res adventure stuff. I own I'm looking at my shelf right now, quite a lot of the DOS and Windows games, though. Most of them in box. And Johnny High Ground, this is going to be the DOS version, not the Tandy or PC Junior version, but the MIDI enhanced patch that you see here. It aims to sort of emulate that 3-channel Tandy music. So you get all the best versions of King's Quest 2 mixed in here. And these are all backed up from my own floppies. These are all backed up, and I've had this sort of collection here kicking around on my hard drive for probably in some form 2 decades or more. But they're all backed up. A lot of them are cracked, so that, like, for example, King's Quest 2 doesn't give me the disk check for the copy protection, so I don't have to worry about that. And I'll kind of show you some of how those cracks work later on. There's actually some games where they present unforeseen issues, like when we get to Gold Rush. But yeah, I have backed most of these off myself. All right, so let's see. Here we go. I'm gonna start up the game. And this project of this interface that I showed you with all these Sierra games. This was a project that took literally years to get into this state of completion. I have basically everything that came in the boxes. I have nice box art, manuals. I've scanned some manuals myself, but I have a pretty close to complete Sierra archive here. Oh no! We gotta turn the desktop audio on. There we go. And here we see Greensleeves, title theme again from King's Quest I. Sir Graham is now king of Daventry. Under his wise rule, Daventry is prosperous. He is loved by his people. Unfortunately, there is a problem. King Graham needs a queen for companionship and to provide an heir to the throne. He has searched high and low for the right maiden, but he remains forever alone. The first incel. An idea comes to him. He goes to the magic mirror and looks into its depths. You know, the magic mirror that literally will just tell him the future. It gives him omniscience. He sees a vision of a quartz tower. To reach it, he must pass through a magic door in the nearby land of Kalaima, which sounds like an STD. The scene then changes to show a beautiful girl locked within the tower. The original girl in the tower. Graham now knows what to do. Actually, Rapunzel would probably be the original girl in the tower, I would guess. Alright, he's putting the hat on. That means, is this serious? Doesn't Graham have people for this? Yeah, we're gonna kind of get into that. Bravely sets off to find the land of Kalaima and the beautiful maiden. So, actually, if I don't move around here, it's just going to kick me back to the, title screen. And I shouldn't use S to move down. I should use the arrows. Now, that's the story to King's Quest II. The King's horny. This is basically Leisure Suit Larry, guys. So, a couple things here. You might have noticed in the credits, when those were rolling, Al Lowe did the music for this game. This was one of his earlier Sierra games. He was a high school music teacher, and they recruited him, and he actually worked on a lot of their Disney games, which is probably a weird thing to think about if you don't really know anything about Al Lowe. But he did a lot of stuff for Sierra before he got to Leisure Suit Larry. But again, we will talk more about him next week when we get to Black Cauldron. Kalaima, I don't know. I don't know what it is. But I've heard Kalaima. I forget how they pronounce it in the remake, in the AGD Interactive remake. But, yeah, he's here in search of a woman. Yep. And I don't know how he got here. He just appears on this beach. He doesn't have his magic mirror that gives him omniscience, his magic chest that makes him infinitely rich, or his magic shield that protects him from all harm. The three treasures that basically make him a god, he just didn't bring with him. He didn't bring any of his, what I assume are loyal soldiers. He just walked out of the throne. If I were like some mildly corrupt bureaucrat in Daventry, I would be like, now is the time for a coup. But, no such thing in this game. There aren't even any people in the castle, apparently, other than him. So, cool. Let me see. What else am I missing before we take off here? So this game, you can see here, the art style is... It's exactly like the first game, right? Like, Graham here is literally the same avatar that existed in King's Quest I, which is unique among Sierra's adventure games. There have been no other Sierra adventure games where in the sequel looks basically exactly like the previous one, and you are playing literally the exact same avatar. A lot of people tend to be like, oh, haha, this is like an expansion pack then, right, to King's Quest I. And it's got kind of a weird reputation because a lot of people think it's just kind of a lazy and rushed sequel. I mean, because of all that. And as you will see, the sort of narrative structure, if we can call it that, is it's really like even a weirder, like kind of mishmash of fantasy and mythology kind of elements. There's all these things that just feel really weird, like they don't make sense together. But you'll see the text parser, in fact, I'll show you here, is much more responsive. You can just type look, and it'll give you a response. You don't have to be specific about what you're looking at. You can, the game sort of is less, how do I put it? It's more agreeable than King's Quest 1, right? So here, the glittering white sand of the beach feels warm from the sun. The azure water of the ocean laps up to its edge. So even there, you get like a nice description of what's going on, right? You know, generally, I would say the art style, it's more vibrant and kind of lively. You see kind of more characters in the world. So there's good and bad to it. It's sort of in the scope of King's Quest Legacy. This is probably, I would put this in kind of the bottom half of the sequels, or of all the games in the series, of all the ones that Sierra made. It certainly got significantly better, I think, with 3, which we'll see soon. But this is still kind of pretty basic, and I would agree with those people that say that this is not really quite that creative. And it's got some wonky puzzle logic, as you'll see. So, and I'm going to try for a perfect score run, yes. And also, you know, the king, like, just doing this himself, he was like Air Force One-ing this, right? What's he doing? Why is he doing that? There's even a Gary Oldman villain. You'll see what I mean if you're familiar with Air Force One. Now, let me see here. How fast do I want to walk? I bet I don't want to walk fastest. Let's do fast and increase my cycles a little bit. All right, there we go. So, we're in this magical land. Nobody has any idea what's going on. Let's go find a woman. And as with the first game, there are screens where random characters will show up, and either, you know, you'll have to help them, like in this one, or they'll try to kill you. Really annoying random deaths. What is this? It appears you have run into Little Red Riding Hood. She looks a little troubled. Okay. Tearfully, Little Red Riding Hood explains that someone stole her basket of goodies while she was picking a bouquet of flowers. Could you please help her find it? So he stole her basket. All right. Okay. And she needs help finding it. Does messing with the cycles affect audio at all? I don't think it affects the actual sounds. I mean, they'll appear, like the waves crashing, that'll appear more frequently. But I think the audio cues themselves stay kind of the same. That's probably more of an issue later on. But for a game this early, it's fine. So, well, let's look. We'll look around. The cozy cottage is located in a thick wood. A patio shades the front entrance, and flowers adorn a window box. All right. You can probably get an idea that, oh, maybe this is Grandma's cottage. That's a Little Red Riding Hood, right? So here we go. Let's open the mailbox, because Graham's a petty thief. Lo and behold, when you open the mailbox, you see a basket of goodies. Okay. There are many good things to eat in the basket of goodies. So, somebody stole her basket, and then they put it in Grandma's mailbox. What? Okay. Well, we're going to close the mailbox, cover up this theft, and You know, hopefully nobody knows. I'm actually stealing back what was once stolen. So, you know. Not really theft, right? Two wrongs do make a right. Give basket to girl. Gratefully, Little Red Riding Hood accepts the basket of goodies. In return, she gives you her bouquet of flowers. So, yeah, man, I found your basket in the mailbox. I don't know why that happens, but you know, whatever. All right. I don't know what she's trying. Oh, she's like really happy because she has her basket. Okay. She was like freaking out at the edge of the screen there. Why don't I save my game? All right. Oop. We'll come back to this house later. Keep going this way. The character of King Graham was based on Billy Graham. Well, there is a church right here. And we're gonna go into the church. The chapel of the monastery is plain and unadorned. A monk in simple clothing is bent in prayer toward the cross on the altar. So it's clear the game wants me to talk to the monk, right? You speak to the praying monk, but he does not respond. He seems deep in worship. You kneel near the altar, bowing your head. You pray. The plump monk lifts his head from prayer and seems to notice you for the first time. He stands and asks your name. Graham Cracker. The kindly monk explains that he has heard of you and your quest. How? I don't know. Here is my cross. It will protect you from evil, he says. He removes a chain with a silver cross from around his neck and gives it to you. The monk then resumes his prayers. And, Mr. Monk, what do you know about women? Will he talk to me anymore? Nope, he's back to worship. They do have Jesus and Daventry, apparently. You see a shiny silver cross dangling from a silver chain. Can we look at... Oh, it doesn't understand crucifix, so maybe there's no Jesus. Alright. Nope, doesn't understand Jesus either. Nope. This is some elder god. I don't know. This is a pretty little pond set among the trees. A group of boulders are reflected in the clear water. Oh, there's a hole. And we know that whenever there's a hole, there's something in it. So King's Quest goes. There's a glittering diamond sapphire brooch lying on the ground in the opening between the rocks. Wait. Oh, take brooch. Okay. I need to get the brooch, not the diamond. Get the brooch. Look. Brooch. The brooch has an enormous sapphire encircled by 2 rows of glittering diamonds. Ah, Milady will certainly go steady with me when I give her gifts. Alright. Let's save the game. Yeah, and people just leave their valuables. They just leave that stuff anywhere in this game. It's fine. And Daventry does have a lost and found. Yeah, it's King Graham's pockets. And there's a screen where you could just keep walking and fall off of the cliff. Because that's very cruel. Now, oops. Okay. Let's talk about this bridge. The bridge spanning the chasm seems to be unstable and tottery. Are you entertaining thoughts of crossing it? This bridge is one of the cruelest examples in an early Sierra game of what has come to be known as the dead man walking scenario. This bridge the game never ever tells you this. It never gives you any indication of it. Here, I'll show you. Watch my score as I cross this bridge. Oh, I get a point. Now, this bridge you can only cross wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You can only cross it 7 times through the game. 7 times. And if you try to cross it an 8th time, the bridge collapses and you die. The game never tells you this. You need, in order to beat the game, you have to cross it exactly 7 times. So if you don't know that, you can just come along, come and go, trying to figure out a puzzle, being like, what did I miss? Did I miss something back here? And if I cross this bridge right now and then back again, the game would be unbeatable, right? And you don't find that out until much later. So it's really stupid. That is not the cruelest dead man walking situation in a Sierra game. We'll get to that probably with Police Quest 3. Well, let's look. You are at the edge of the forest. There is a deep chasm to the west and a towering cliff to the east. Kind of burying the lead there. This is a magical door. If you can open it, the door will lead you to your heart's desire. There's an inscription on the door. I don't know how he would know or what's telling him. If he can open it, the door will lead to his heart's desire. I have no idea how anyone knows that. The game's telling me this, though. Did he read the script? I have no idea. So we read inscription. And the inscription reads, whosoever chooses to seek the key for this door will undoubtedly make a splash. And that is... Number 1, that's the hint it gives you for how to get the key to open it. And number 2, it flags a certain thing in the world to be present for me to be able to go and get the key. So you have to look at the inscription in order to flag that event, right? And as you will see, spoiler, there's 3 doors, and every time you have to go and read the inscription, and then it'll flag the next event. So, let's save the game. Have I played Stories Untold yet? I have not played Stories Untold, no. So now... let's see. We'll save again. Save often. So we want to go back to the beach here. And I think there's a thing that'll kill me. Somewhere around here is a thing that might want to kill me. Randomly. We'll see. I forget. And yes, this is DOSBox, Andre Miller. Am I going to play all 8 of the King's Quest games? Undecided on 8. There's the Witch's Cave. Come back here later. There's a fun cameo. Hopefully we can get it to spawn. Okay, let's see. And here I am back at the beach. So again, the door said, whoever wants to open me will undoubtedly make a splash. Let's look around. You notice a rusty trident lying in the grass. Okay, some people just leave Aquaman just leaves his trident laying around. And yes, well, why am I undecided on King's Quest 8? Is it that bad? Yes, it is that bad. And also, it's not an adventure game. So I'm still a little undecided as far as how I'm going to handle some of the non-adventure gamey stuff. Like, I don't think anybody would be thrilled to sit through an hour of me playing, like, the Hoyle games, right? So, yeah, we'll see. I'll adjust my camera here a little bit. All right, so here's the trident. Is Aquaman in this game? No, but, well, we'll see. Let's see. King's Quest 8 is the bad RPG one. And the new King's Quest, I don't know if that wasn't really made by Sierra. That's like Sierra in quotes, right? Sierra proper died in 1999. Let's see. Well, isn't there did I miss something? No. Is it on the next screen maybe? Let's look. Hold on. Oh, here. Why don't I try looking? See, this is... I can't even remember where... look, you notice a pretty clamshell lying on the sandy beach. Okay. That's what I was looking for. Take clamshell. When you pick up the clamshell, you see that there was a sparkling sapphire and diamond bracelet under it. More gifts from a lady. Okay. Now that I have that, now, you'd love to see the master take apart those games. Which ones, like the King's Quest 8? Okay. Now, this, as you will remember if you saw the intro, my intro to this, there's a mermaid. The glittering white sand of the beach feels warm from the ocean. The azure water of the ocean laps up to its edge. You're, again, burying the lead. Oh my god, you're too far away. Gotta swim so that our super drowning skills don't kill us. Okay. Look, mermaid. The mermaid has long flowing hair covering most of her upper body. The green scales on her fishtail are sparkling like emeralds as she slowly waves it back and forth. She beckons with her hand. So, logically, a player would be like, oh, the mermaid does not reply. She gives you a quizzical look and continues waving her fishtail. Well, what do you do? What do we do with this mermaid? How do we... She wants something, right? So, let's see. We look at our inventory, and let me expand that here. Because for whatever reason, DOSBox is strange with how it displays the inventory screen on these old games. We have a trident, bracelet, cross, bouquet of flowers, brooch, and clamshell. Right? So, what do? Do we give her the trident? You hand the rusty trident to the mermaid. Oh no, she dives into the water and disappears with it. Now she's gone. Right, okay. So that's not right. Well, what do? Do we give the bracelet to the mermaid? The mermaid gladly takes your treasure. In return, she summons forth from the sea a magic seahorse. Maybe you could ride it. Now, this is like King's Quest 1 where you can just give the wrong items to people and it'll still proceed, right? But you see I lost points. It went from 31 to 24. So that was not the right answer, right? Have I tried playing this game on ScumVM? I prefer like a pure DOSBox experience with Sierra games, just because of the freedom I have with the launchers and the config files and things. I tend to know a lot about how those files, like the nuts and bolts of those files work. So I'd rather have a command line. So now the correct answer is to give the flowers to the mermaid. I don't know why. I don't know how they decided on that. I don't know if there is a mythological precedent somewhere for that, but that's the correct response. You're kind of surprised these haven't been remade in another engine, Andre Miller. AGD Interactive actually did a very heavily expanded remake of King's Quest 2. It was like a Sierra VGA style game that's really worth playing. So you graciously offer the beautiful bouquet of wildflowers to the mermaid. She loves the flowers. She then summons forth a magic seahorse. Maybe you could ride it. And then she dives into the water and the flowers die. How is this right? It's a strange solution. I feel like this is something that the average person is only going to hit on by just trying everything, being like, what does she want? Let's try giving her everything until we see. And we see, obviously, this is a different solution text. So, and it gives us points. And now she goes into the water, and the flowers are completely wasted. Okay. Now, quick as a flash, it glides under the water with you on its back. Graham don't need no underwater breathing. He can just hold his breath for 10 whole minutes. And this, I believe, is an ocean. The bottom of the sea is teeming with fish and plant life. King Neptune rules this mighty underwater empire. So not Aquaman, but King Neptune. Now, what does King Neptune want? Well, glub, 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 glub. He can't even talk to you, right? Rod is it connected to New York? That's a different long-running franchise. So, yeah, this is Ariel's dad. This is several years before Ariel, but what does he want? Well, let's see. What do we say? Okay, let's see. There's a big clamshell. The enormous clam behind King Neptune is tightly shut. Oops, open clam. The large clam is shut tight. Try as you might, you cannot see and open it. So he wants something. Obviously, this makes sense. Give trident to Neptune. Oops, to Neptune. That's when he gets really tired. Reverently, King Neptune accepts his lost trident from you. He gives you a bottle, then waves the trident in front of the huge clam, which opens and reveals a large golden key. All right, so now we take the key, and one assumes that's it, right? So now that these sharks just leave us alone. You know, they don't care. Shark and the dolphin. All right, cool. Here we are, and now we've got what, a key, right? We've got a key and a bottle. Okay, because he gave us a bottle, and now, whoops, swim so I don't die. Let's save the game, and now I need to head back to the magic bridge. What's up, Drew? Thanks for joining me here. Now here's this weird, creepy river, right? And up here, we get back to Grandma's house. All right. I mean, I haven't been inside, so you don't really know that it's Grandma's house, but it is. How are Pickle and Posco? Pickle and Posco are great. You can go check up on them at Instagram.com/quiteapickle. I posted a video of them sparring today. All right, and here we are at the terrible, terrible bridge. Just gonna save the game here. Ready to stream some Sekiro next week. Drew, next week I'm actually out all week. I'm not going to be back until next Saturday, which means there might be a Sierra Sundays next week. We'll see. But I'm out for work. Did you miss anything good? One bad veggie? Well, of course you did. This is all good. Oops. Unlock door. The key to the first door fits easily into the keyhole. You turn the key and presto, the door opens and the key disappears, revealing a second door with another inscription. The inscription reads, "Whosoever chooses to seek the key for this door should set their sights high." All right, so all in all, that first hint was like they'll make a splash, right? That sends us back to the beach. We find the trident, we see the mermaid. That kind of makes sense, that clue, right? Kind of pointing us in the right direction. whoever chooses to seek the key for this door should set their sights high. I feel like that is a much more a vague hint, right? Let's see. Now, okay. Now, if you're keeping track, this is going to be my 4th trip across the bridge. Like I said, there are 7 trips that you have to make, and 7 trips you can make before the bridge collapses and you die. The game never tells you this, and it's really cruel. So here, and you see I got a point. Every time you cross the bridge, you get a point. So, I mean, maybe they figured people would see that and go, oh, I'm going to just cross the bridge a bunch for points, and then realize and discover, oh, the bridge collapses. But that would be a pretty, I don't know, stupid assumption. So now, we want to go this way. Like I said, that clue's pretty vague, but I'm going to show you all the nonsense related to that clue. And I'm going to save my game here. Okay. And now the bottle that we got from Neptune, this is why it always pays to look at your inventory. There's a large cloth in the glass bottle. Okay. I'm going to take the cloth. You pull a large piece of cloth out of the bottle. I happen to know that I'm going to need it in here. Oh, and the witch is here. We keep coming back until there is no witch. And there is no witch. Okay. And now you look around this dreary cave. Fear grips you as you notice human skulls lining the wall. A cauldron with a bubbling brew fills the cave with a putrid aroma. You see a nightingale in a gilded cage. I don't think the game... I forget whether it actually tells you any of this, or whether it's just like a thing in the manual, but the witch's name is Hagatha. And she is responsible for having put the princess in the tower that you are seeking. Right? Look, cage. The beautiful nightingale is in a gilded cage. Okay. Now, thanks for the follow, crack smoking warlock. You should probably kick that habit. Now I'm gonna just save a second game here because I think this is a point where like the witch can come in and catch you. But also I'm gonna show you a cool way to die. Take cage. You pick up the gilded bird cage with the nightingale in it. The little bird starts singing prettily. A moment later, it stops. Oh, does she not come in and kill me? No? Oh, Well, what you're supposed to do... You drape the cloth over the bird cage. Hopefully this will keep the nightingale quiet. And then you take it, and the bird doesn't make noise. Quietly, you pick up the covered bird cage with the nightingale. To your relief, the bird remains silent. And then we leave the cave. And as you leave the dark cage, you remove the cloth from the cage. All right. Oh, we didn't get the Batmobile. Hold on. Let's see if we can get it. There's like an Easter egg where the Batmobile comes out. Where'd my Batmobile at? You know, Andre, I think... Oh, there it is. He must have gotten lost. I do not think he belongs in this story. So that's pretty cool, right? I think you probably got a little bit more context in the manual. Yeah, I would have to go through and read it again, but there are a lot of times where something is stated in the manual that you don't really see in game, right? And I will tell you the GOG releases of these games, since you're asking about them, They run well. I mean, they run. It's basically what you're seeing here. I just have like a front end that I've set up myself, but they run through DOSBox. So, and here, as you can see, the old hag Hagatha is nearby. Oh, they do name her here. You can hear her cackling and smacking her gums as she comes closer. She would love to have you for dinner, and I don't mean as a guest. Oh, look, she can't even catch me. Oh no! The old hag cackles, chortles, and mutters under her breath, which smells so bad you almost faint. Yeah, you're not so bad. Oh, wait, yes you are. Oh, she just poofs you into her cauldron. Yep. And it's that same death message. We're pleased to see that you're doing so well and hope that your score will keep improving. Wow. So, that's one of the random, ways to die in this game. She'll just show up and ruin your day. Now, here, since we're out of there, here's back to the first save. Many trees shade your way as you journey through the land of Kalaima. As we know, people like to hide really valuable things in stumps. When you peer into the old hollow log, you see a flashing necklace of diamonds and sapphires. Take necklace. You pick it up and carry it with you. Continue going this way. Oh, is that going to stop me? Of course it is. Hey. Can't just step over it. Let's see. Many trees shade your way as you journey through the land of Kalaima again. There's a sizable hole in one of the pine trees. Okay. Oh. Gotta get closer to it. When you peek into the hole of the pine tree, you see a mallet lying there. You pick up the mallet and carry it with you. Let's see. Save the game. And you see there's this, let's look at it. This lake is foul and stinky. It may be poisoned. All vegetation looks dead around it. So there's going to be a pretty big chunk of this game around this lake. A little bit later. And let's see. Is this the same, is it over here? Yeah, okay. There's a quaint little antique shop. There's a sign in the window. Who is coming to this antique shop? Are Grandma and Little Red Riding Hood keeping it open? Is this where the witch buys her skulls? So we go there. A little lady in the antique shop says, "How may I help you?" Okay. Now, talk lady. The little lady motions toward the old oil lamp. "This is a new item in my shop," she says. "I thought you might be interested in it." Okay. Oops. You're okay. Apparently, I can't look at the lamp because I'm not carrying it. You can't just take the lamp. You have to buy it. Okay. Talk about lamp. Okay, well, buy lamp. "The oil lamp is expensive," the little lady says. "It will cost you 2 treasures. There is an alternative, though," she says. "The old hag, Hagatha," which is just the best name for a witch, "stole my precious nightingale. If you can return it to me, then I will give you the oil lamp." So, at least they give you a hint there. Fortunately, I knew that, and I came ready. You hand the birdcage with the nightingale to the little old lady. "My precious," she exclaims. In gratitude, she gives you the oil lamp. "Good luck," she says. She hastens you out to the door and closes up shop. Except she didn't, because I'm... Oh, yeah, she did. Okay, never mind. And I'm just going to go down here and save the game, because I believe on this screen, the enchanter can come and kill you randomly. Am I going to play the Space Quest games? You better believe I'm going to play the Space Quest games. And the tone of this game is a little bit different than King's Quest 1, yeah. It's a bit... There's more to it, I guess. So, it's just all over the map, right? So we rub the lamp. Fun fact, that genie is actually part of Graham's sprite in the game's memory. It's not separate. When you rub the tarnished brass lamp, you hear a poof and a genie appears. "Master," he says, "I leave a gift for you, a magic carpet." The genie then poofs back into the lamp. Yeah, it's Will Smith. Alright, so I have this magic carpet. Well, that hint did say I have to go up high. It's a pretty obvious, carpet. You ride the magic carpet. Although I don't know. It's a bit trickier how you would connect these things, I think. To be like, aha, how do I get up high out of the carpet? But you sort of have to stumble into it. Now, remember the gnome? Remember the gnome from King's Quest 1? That stupid puzzle? Well, I'm going to show you King's Quest 2's version of that. One Bad Veggie, or am I playing these series by series or in order of production? I'm trying to do order of production, so next time I'm going to do Black Cauldron, right? And did I play these games growing up? Absolutely I did. Yep, been playing these games since the late 80s. So, wish number 2. When you rub the lamp, you hear a loud poof, and a genie magically appears. "Master," he says, "I leave a gift for you, a beautiful sword, master." The genie then disappears in a puff of smoke. And I'm going to rub the lamp one more time. Using your sleeve as a cloth, you rub the lamp, causing the genie to appear again. "Master," he says, "I leave a gift for you, a leather bridle." The genie then pops back into the lamp. How does Graham use his sleeve as a cloth? He doesn't have any sleeves. Oh no, the lamp has disappeared from your hands. Okay. So, now I have, if you're keeping count, a sword and a bridle. Okay. Look out. There is a poisonous viper blocking your path. Okay. So, you have to get past this snake. Okay. Save the game again. Look, snake. The snake appears to be about 10 feet long. It is coiled and ready to strike. Well, I need to get past this snake. Clearly, I can't just walk past him because... Oh, or can I? Nope. No, I can't. He's totally just going to bite me. So, how do I get past him? Well, let's look at some of these things that I just got. Let's look at the sword. The shining sword is not incredibly large, but is very sharp. It has a snake carved into the bronze handle. Aha! The snake. I'm supposed to use it on the snake. Got it. Got the solution. That's it. So we use the sword on the snake. Oh, the snake has struck you dead. Okay. Well, clearly that wasn't... Getting closer did not help. Thanks for the subscription, Mavmia. Okay. Let's go back here. Okay. Kill snake. Brandishing the sharp sword, you quickly slash the viper into ribbons. And you get points for it, too. You get 2 whole points. So you're like, I'm on the right track. I got it. That's the way to do it. And that's the one way you can do it. But that is a secondary solution that does not award full points. To their credit, at least they let you get through it without, like the gnome, You still get through it even if you don't figure out the puzzle, which says to me they knew it was a stupid puzzle. Now, let's look at the bridle. The leather bridle is studded with silver rivets and a silver bit. Okay. Who among you would guess, anybody who's watching this, that you would have to throw the bridle onto the snake? 0? Oh, good. Okay. Whoops. Throw the birdle at snake. No, it's a bridle, not a birdle. Don't even know what a birdle is. Yes, moon logic for sure. Now watch. Watch this. You toss the leather bridle onto the coiled snake. Instantly there stands before you not a snake, but a beautiful winged horse wearing the bridle. Okay. So, that gives you even more points. That's the correct solution. So, the closest anybody's really figured this. The logic is that it's the story, it takes from the Greek mythology story of Bellerophon taming the Pegasus with a golden bridle, which was given him by the goddess Athena. Okay. Which, okay, maybe if you're kind of really I'm betting a lot of people who are watching this have never even heard, even if you know a little bit about Greek mythology, have never even heard the name Bellerophon. But that's, Roberta Williams loved her mythology, and that's where this came from. Now, how you associate the snake with the Pegasus is beyond me. The closest to that anyone's come is the Pegasus sprang from the head of the Gorgon Medusa when Perseus killed her. Her hair is made of snakes. Snake equals Pegasus. Tame the Pegasus with the bridle. Okay, and Bellerophon is spelled, for those asking, B-E-L-L-E-R-O-F. Oh, I'm sorry. B-E-L-L-E-R-O-P-H-O-N. Bellerophon. It doesn't make any sense. Now, who would guess? What would you guess is the right thing to do? Do we ride the Pegasus? Can we ride the Pegasus? Whoop. You're not able to ride the Pegasus at this time. Well, I guess we solved it. Let's keep going. And then we go back. Oh, I guess he is still there. Okay. Well, who would guess that you have to talk to the horse? Talk to Pegasus. Renderblock, did I see what happened at Indian Wells today? Yeah, I was excited to watch Roger Federer and Rafael Nadal play. But alas, you get no response from the Pegasus. Wait. Don't I have to talk to him? Do I not? Oh, I'm sorry. Talk to horse? Oh. Well. Didn't understand Pegasus. Didn't understand the thing that it is, that it drew from. So, thanks, game. Thank you, kind sir, for saving me. An evil enchanter turned me into a snake when I refused to be his steed. To repay you, here's a magic sugar cube that will guard against poisonous brambles. I hope that if you played this, you actually paid attention to the text, because the sugar cube that will guard against poisonous brambles, very specific. I don't know how anyone arrived at that. But that is a very important item. And if you kill the snake, you don't get it, and that makes a future area of the game way harder. It looks like a normal sugar cube. It does have a bit of a sparkle, though. So, got that. That is the stupidest puzzle in the game. Well, here, let's see. There's a large cave opening in the steep mountainside. But first, we're going to look at this hole. Are you ready for this? It's time for one of Sierra's famous self-promotions. Oh no, this is as bad can be. Upon looking into the hole, you believe you see an incredibly blatant plug for another Sierra 3D animated adventure. Hang on. And here's a little trailer for Space Quest 1. The Sarian Encounter, which came out in 1986. Oh. And they were very fond of doing this. There's actually a joke in Space Quest 1 where if you put the wrong coordinates into your spaceship's navigation, you wind up crashing into the moat in front of Castle Daventry. So they pay it back later. Briefly befuddled by this bizarre event, you brace yourself and continue with the capital Q quest, the King's Quest, if you will, before you. All right. And hi, 123, Sammy and TZM Shizm. Welcome. All right. Moving on here. Let's see, what do? We go in this cave, right? And then the key is just right there, right? Why couldn't the key have just like... Why couldn't the Pegasus have just been like, here's a key? Don't know. All right, so we got the key. That is the end of the... this area, right? So now... we ride the carpet, and we go back to the ground. Whew. So yeah, that's that. Roberta Williams had some strange ideas about puzzles. This was probably back before they had people testing these games out and being like, maybe that's not the greatest idea? Don't know. Let's see. Now we will go... We'll just swim here. Oh no, I don't want the fairy. Get out of here, fairy. A fairy starts to sprinkle fairy dust on you. Good King Graham, I'm here to help you. She says, I give you a protective spell against certain evil elements, but beware, for it lasts only a short time. Okay. Well, gee, thanks. All right. There are stories of some Sierra games where, yeah, the hint book sold more than the actual games. That's how, I mean, I'll talk about this again when I get to Leisure Suit Larry, but that's how they knew people were playing Larry, was because they sold more hint books than they did games, because a lot of people were pirating it at the time. Larry was not actually very successful in the beginning. But word of mouth was a powerful, powerful thing back then. And now, that was trip number 5 across the bridge. And now we unlock the door. The key to the second door fits easily into the keyhole. You turn the key and Shazam! The door opens. And the second gold key disappears, revealing a third door with yet another inscription. I should try to get Aldo on these streams. I don't know if he would do that. That would take some tricky coordination, man, to get everything synced up. Whosoever chooses to seek the last key must have a stout heart. Okay, must have a stout heart. What? Don't know. Don't know what that means. Is this like some weird Wizard of Oz thing? I don't know. I said Shazam, now I'm a grown-up. Yep, finally happened. That's all I had to do, it turns out. You know, in the interest of Sierra getting things that were attached to Sierra onto here, the more likely thing is I live about an hour and some change from Oakhurst. So I might make a field trip out there one day. All right. That is trip number 6 across the bridge. And I have to be stout of heart if I'm going to get the third key. Okay. Now, we want to go this way. And I have interviewed Al Lowe in the past. I interviewed him a long time ago. What was it for? I don't remember if it was for Sam Swade or if it was back when he was making that, or if it was for just to ask him what he thought about Larry Magna Cum Laude. But I interviewed him when I was at Computer Gaming World. It was quite an honor. Oh, and I'll show you the bridge death, sure, before I finish. So we open the door, we go into this treehouse that's been sitting here this whole time. And I'm just going to save the game because derp to derp, you climb down the ladder and probably just die, right? Oh, I made it. That's fine. Okay. And now, it seems you have entered the underground home of the little dwarf, which is one of the characters that can randomly kill you. It is cozy, with a fire crackling in the hearth. A pot of chicken soup bubbling above the fire gives a delicious aroma to the room. There's a trunk tucked away in the corner. So the game, you know, the room descriptions are pretty good for the most part about kind of making you go, aha, chicken soup, trunk. These are the important things. And Leisure Suit Larry Reloaded wasn't necessarily that great because that game did not age well. So let's see. Open the trunk. You look inside and notice earrings. All right. They really tried with that description, didn't they? You reach into the trunk and get it. So. Oops. Look, fireplace. There's a pot of chicken soup boiling over the fire. Okay. Let's see if I can die from the fire. Ouch, this fire is hot. You're going to burn yourself. Let's see if it just kills me. I guess not. Take soup. You grab the wooden handle of the bubbling pot of chicken soup. You take the pot with you. Oh, I guess I can't kill myself there. Am I going to play the Laura Bow games? Absolutely. All right. And now, let's look at this soup. The pot contains hot, bubbling chicken soup. All right, cool. And I have more gifts from Milady. All right. Now I can save the game again. All right. And now I am going, since we have chicken soup, I know I have not been in this house yet to show you, since I'm sort of doing things somewhat efficiently. But we're going back to Grandma's house. Because Grandma, if any of you know from Blue Red Riding Hood. Oh dear, Wolf and Grandma's clothing is in the bed. Get out of there fast. Okay, we're gonna... Hold on, I'm gonna get killed by the wolf just so we can see the death. Oh, the wolf pounces on you. My, what big teeth he has. Good enough to eat you with, my dear. Dun 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 dun. Oh, look at that dust cut. It looks like my dog's. Alright. So. Okay. So you just have to keep coming in until it's not the wolf. And it's Grandma. This is the home of Grandma. It is comfortably furnished. Frilly curtains cover the windows. Flowers are in vases. Grandma is lying on a brass bed in a cloud of pillows and coverlets. And then we talk to Grandma. Grandma is very weak. Her voice wavers as she says, "Good day, kind sir. I would like to offer you a cup of tea, but as you can see, I am ailing. And if you'd come in here earlier, you'd know, like, oh, I probably need to help Grandma." So we give her the soup. that we got from the dwarf's cave. You feed the hot chicken soup to Ailing Grandma, obviously, because chicken soup heals everything. I feel much better, she says. In return for your kindness, I have something for you. Look under the bed. Where could this go? What weird kinky secret are you hiding, Grandma? You drop to your hands and knees and peer under the bed. A large ruby ring and a black cloak are hidden there. You take them into your possession. This is some weird stuff for her to have under the bed. Let's look at these. The ring is gold with an enormous red ruby. The initials CD are engraved inside the gold band. The black cloak would better fit a man taller than you. Red satin lines the inside. So, yeah, who's she been hanging out with? Who's grandma? Who's grandma's friend with benefits here? I don't know. His grandma Alucard. As it turns out, we do have to go to Alucard's castle. So remember that poison lake, that poisonous swamp lake, right? We got to go over there. But first, whoops. All right, got to swim. And if you didn't stumble on this wandering around randomly, that kind of sucks. But I'm gonna look. There is a stake leaning against a tree. Bow, 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 bow. Bow, 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 bow. All right, he's Buffy now. Okay, we took the stake. And now if I look, it's just, this is a heavily wooded area. It would be easy to get lost among the trees. But now we have a stake. And that ought to tell you, that's you got to go after Dracula, right? That all that stuff should add up to Dracula. Why, in a world where there is a Pegasus and a Little Red Riding Hood and like Evil Witch and the Batmobile? I mean, I guess it fits in as well as anything else. Sure, Dracula's here. Okay. So now we're gonna go down here and over here. We're gonna save again. And now let's get over to the edge of the screen. Now save again. Okay, so the lake is foul and sinking. It may be poisoned. All vegetation looks dead around it. There is a desolate island in the middle of the poisoned lake. A shrouded figure stands silent. And chances are, if you were wandering around randomly and didn't know what to do, you would probably wander upon this screen, right? And be like, oh, okay, clearly I need to go there. So, the shrouded ghoul looks very frightening. His hands are little more than claws, and his face is completely hidden inside the hood of the shroud. He is standing in a small boat. Death, politely waiting. That's supposed to be like Charon, like River Styx, I think is what they were probably going for. Try to get in the boat. The spooky fiend holds out a bony claw, as if in request, for a payment of some kind. So, let's look. What do I have? I have sword, stake, necklace, brooch, empty bottle, cross, carpet, clamshell, bracelet, ruby ring, earrings, mallet, black cloak, cloth, and sugar cube. Okay. You could be like, give brooch, right? To death. Oh, okay. To man. The shrouded ghoul takes your treasure. Silently, he gestures toward the boat. You don't get points for that, though. It takes away points, so you should know. Nope, that's not the solution. The solution is to wear the ring. You're now wearing the beautiful ruby ring. Wear cloak. With a flourish, you fling the black cloak around your neck and fasten it. Oh no, the witch is going to get me. Oh dear. Okay. And now, let's see, talk man. No, you're greeted by stony silence from the frightening ghoul. But now, we enter the boat. The shrouded ghoul looks at the ruby ring on your finger and the black cloak around your neck. He motions for you to enter the boat, which you do. You must have fooled him into thinking you were someone else. So we fool this guy. I'm running around in this like Robin Hood hat and my weird teal pants, right? And I throw on a cloak, and this dude thinks I'm Dracula. So, the castle looks cold and forbidding. 2 dark towers rise on either side of it. The castle is surrounded by deadly thorns and brambles, which, as you know, when we rescued the Pegasus, it gave us the sugar cube to protect from brambles. Okay. First thing I'm going to do here, though, is save the game. Now, if you didn't get that sugar cube, you could make your way through this. Okay. But you've been poisoned by the thorns and can no longer continue the game. It's really, it's one of those, like, tightrope sequences, more or less, right? And it's a pain in the ass. So we eat the sugar, right? After swallowing the magic sugar cube, you get a feeling of invincibility. If only he had brought the freaking shield that did the same thing that he got in the last game. But no, totally not useful here. There are 2 spooky ghosts guarding the door of the gloomy castle. The situation looks bad. But, fortunately, the 2 spirits are fooled by the black cloak and the large ruby ring that you are wearing. They slowly float away. Maybe you remind them of someone else. So Dracula looking. So, now we have this spooky music here in this castle, right? And again, I'm gonna try to sort of explore this place in the most efficient way possible. There's a ramp spiraling up toward the top of a gloomy tower. A torch blazes on the wall. And here's the first of what are more forgiving, let's call them, tightrope puzzles in this game. I can like hug the wall, right? Yeah, okay. So this isn't too bad. I mean, you can fall down and, you know, ruin your day. But, ooh, it's okay. It's not as bad as some of, like, the Beanstalk in King's Quest 1, right? Hi, Abe Lincoln. That's a cool name. The musty bedchamber is at the top of a tower. Unfortunately, not the tower I'm looking for, but it has the smell of mold and old mothballs. There is a sagging bed and an old dresser in the room. Well, look, bed. The bed is lumpy and sagging in the middle. A faded old quilt covers it. Ooh, what if I take the quilt? The quilt is old and tattered. You wouldn't want it. Thank you for the follow, Abe Lincoln. Now, if we open the drawer, there's a candle lying in the dresser of the old, or in the drawer of the old dresser. You pick it up and carry it with you. If you look at a candle, the wax candle is unlit. Okay. And now, yeah, this game is full of... All these games are full of weird anachronisms. Okay. The torch lends the only warmth to this dreary castle. And I don't know if you would necessarily ever come up with it yourself, but what you're supposed to do is light the candle on the torch. You hold your candle up to the blazing torch. It catches. Your candle is now lit. So, now we have that, which is important later because you will be in the dark without a candle. And now, whoops, there's the door. I don't think I ever looked in this room. This castle is really creepy. Cracks cover the walls. Cobwebs fill the corners. A chilly draft runs through the halls. And of course, if we look at the candle now, the wax candle burns brightly. Ouch. Hot wax dripped on your finger. We'll go over here. Those are some giant chairs. All right. This is the dingy dining room of the drafty old castle. Ants crawl among old bits of food. Dust covers the dilapidated tabletop. A delicious-looking smoked ham is on the table. Never mind all that talk about the ants. I'm going to take the ham. All right. The smoked ham has a wonderful, savory smell. It's hard to resist tasting it. It looks as though someone has taken a bite out of it. All right. What happens if we eat the ham? The smoked ham was delicious. It sure hit the spot. The first in a long line of stupid puzzles where you can fail at the game if you eat the thing. Okay. Although far from the worst. Okay, let's see. Now, we also want to wear the cross, by the way. You place the silver cross and chain around your neck and wear it as a necklace. That's great. And I believe this is another stairway. So, oh no, we can just, that's pretty easy. That's not bad, all right. Hey, what's that rat doing? You don't see a rat, but you hear scurrying sounds coming from the cracks in the wall. All right. Well, now, well, let's look at this weird place. Narrow, slippery stairs descend into this empty room. Your nose detects a foul odor coming from a doorway to the west. And yeah, yes, Rico, you did miss King's Quest when it was last week. But you can watch it on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/geekboxing. Now, so, go in here, and now we want to look. There is a beautiful ornate coffin to one side of this dreadful room. Dust is everywhere. Cobwebs fill the corners, and a sickly odor permeates the air. With trepidation, you lift the heavy lid of the beautifully carved coffin. Your heart beats wildly when you see a vampire lying asleep within it. It must be Count Dracula. Let's try talking to Dracula. Hey, what's up? Count Dracula is fast asleep in his coffin. He pays no heed. Count Dracula's awake. Run before it's too late. You are caught in Dracula's grasp. Saliva drips off the end of his sharp fangs. Suddenly, he is aware of the silver cross you are wearing around your neck. Count Dracula is terrified of the cross. He turns into a bat and flies away. Okay, so that's not actually what you're supposed to do. All right. Okay. We stab him to death with the stave because King Graham is a filthy murderer who broke into this guy's house, stole all his stuff, and then sneaked into his bedroom and stabbed him to death. As far as I know, I mean, I guess you could argue Dracula is the most visible villain in this game. As far as I know, he did not do anything. What did he even do? He was just in his castle, man. He wasn't hurting anybody. He even had, like, poison brambles and, like, a boatman that won't ferry anybody over there to keep him out. Well, he wasn't doing anything. You place the pointed stake on Count Dracula's chest, quickly using the mallet. You pound the stake through his heart. Dracula disintegrates into a pile of dust. A small silver key is left behind in the coffin. So, we take the key, now that we've committed murder. First game, you push a witch into an oven. This game, you stab a man to death in his sleep. Okay. Oops. Trembling fear, you fear. Why are you trembling with fear? You just murdered the guy. You peer into the ornate coffin. Finding it unoccupied, you see the interior is lined with shiny red satin. A red satin pillow lies at one end. We take the pillow. You remove the shiny red pillow from the coffin. Lo and behold, a large gold key was hidden under the pillow. So now we take that key, and then We've totally looted. Yeah, the now dead vampire. Sociopath's quest. Yeah, seriously. This is where the Belmont line begins. Yep. Oh, there's that rat again. All right. Now we'll just go back up this way. And yeah, nothing to fear here. And now we'll go upstairs. What's up here? There's a stairway spiraling up toward the top of a gloomy tower. A torch blazes on the wall. I'm sure you could probably light your candle on that torch too. Right? Oh, so yeah, I guess it's fine. It's already lit. I can just hug the wall. Here we are at the top of this tower. Yeah. Die, monster. Yeah, what is a man? A miserable pile of inventory items. Now we can... Well, let's look first. There's not much here at the top of the tower but an aging chest against the wall. He has this whole tower and he just puts this one chest here. Open chest. The old chest is locked shut. You need to unlock it. And there was a gold key we found under the pillow, but there was the silver key that we got from killing Dracula. With hands trembling, you fit the little silver key into the lock. Slowly, you turn it until you hear a click. The old chest is now unlocked. Oops. Open chest. With a creak and a groan, the old lid opens, dragging cobwebs with it. Looking into the interior of the musty chest, you see a dazzling diamond and sapphire tiara. So we murdered a man because he wants more presents from Milady. You pick it up and carry it with you. Cool. We'll jump out the window. No? Oh, well, okay. Can't do that. Let's see. All right. Yeah, none of these stairways are anywhere near as annoying as King's Quest 1. Yeah, why would he have a silver key? That's a good point. Wouldn't that have been, you know, I don't know, against his better judgment? So now we can get back in the boat and you climb into the decrepit rowboat and the shrouded fiend paddles across the toxic lake to the shore. All right. And now we have that last key, and it's time to go back to the rope bridge. And I'll show you what happens if you cross it too many times. And Dirtog, no, I never did get to meet Roberta Williams. The only person I've ever personally spoken to and interviewed was Outlaw of the old Sierra crew. So now we go across the bridge. And I will remind you... Oh, we get a point, right? So, you can cross the bridge exactly 7 times. And that is how many times I have crossed it. So if you cross this bridge an 8th time, you die. Oh dear, what a shame the rickety old bridge collapses, and as you attempt crossing it, you will fall into your death. There is absolutely no indication that there's a limit on it. And that's actually, this is made fun of in the future, in future Sierra games, because it's so dumb. Thank you for the follow, MTG Dave Smith. I worked with an editor, one I've named Dave Smith. He used to transcribe things for me a lot. And now we unlock the door. Whoop. The key to the third door fits easily into the keyhole. You turn the key and presto! The door opens. And again, the key disappears, revealing a world unlike any you've ever seen before. Oh, is this really unlike any I've ever seen before? It's just different colors. Thank you for the follow, a bohemian. The sand on the sparkling beach is a deep blue. The bright sunlight from a gorgeous pink sky dances across it. Cliffs tower above the beach. So, wander around here. And thank you for the follow, DirtDog20. The sand on the sparkling beach is a deep blue. The bright sunlight from a gorgeous pink sky dances across it. Cliffs tower above the beach. There's a fishing net in a pile on the beach. Now, can I just do this from anywhere? Fish. You cast the fishing net into the wild sea. Upon retrieving it, you see you have caught a large golden fish. It falls from the net and flops helplessly on the beach. Look, fish. The large fish is covered with shimmering golden scales. Its graceful fins and tail are almost translucent. Right now, the beautiful fish is writhing in agony. You plunge your sword into the writhing fish, instantly killing it. What else can I do? You don't have... Oh, take fish. Holding your nose, you pick up the dead, stinking fish. Yuck. With a mighty heave, you throw the fish back into the sea. Slowly, it sinks to the bottom. Oh, you can just keep... Here, did I lose points for that? I probably did. Oh, maybe not. Anyway, I don't want to actually kill the fish. I want to catch a fish. Okay. And now we take the fish. You grab the flopping fish. Its mouth is wide open and its gills are extended. With difficulty, you hold the fish as it twists and turns in your hands. Let's save here. Can I eat the fish? The fish is not very edible. You wouldn't like it. You don't need to kill the golden fish. It will die shortly anyway. So if you're just being awful, it won't let you do any of the awful things. You throw the poor, gasping fish back into the iridescent water. Gratefully, it calls to you. In return for saving my life, I wish to offer you a ride across this ocean. In return for saving its life, you're the one who put it in this predicament in the first place. What? Okay. So we're going to ride the fish. And now... here we are. You can see that the island is really quite small. The foliage is remarkable, though. Plants and flowers have overgrown it, some growing very large in contrast to the tiny island. A glint of metal catches your eye. You look toward the direction of the glint and see an amulet lying on the ground. At this point, you're probably like, oh, more presents for Milady. Okay. What do we have here with this amulet? You examine the amulet. It is made of bronze that is tarnished with age. A tiger's eye stone is embedded into the front. You turn the amulet over and see the word home engraved on the back. All right, so clearly we say home. Well, here. Oh, gee, let's see. Home. You remember the word home. A tingling sensation envelops your body. You black out for a second. When you come to, you see you are somewhere else. Well, forever alone. It is unfortunate that you returned to Daventry without a bride. Thank you from the King's West Development Team. All right. Well, that's not a good ending. Okay. So what we want to do is go down to this tower. Looky here. Here we are. You can see that the island... Oh, it's that same message. You're burying the lead. The tower is built of creamy, opaque quartz blocks. You see a tiny window near the top. A delicate hand, waving a hanky, appears from the window. So can we look at her? Beware. This. Oh, the fairy spell. Geez, that lasted a long time. You cannot see the girl's face. You can only see her hand waving from the window at the top of the quartz tower. Can I talk to her? The maid cannot hear you from up in the tower. Here. How about if I climb the tower? There are no footholds or handholds in the tower walls. It would be impossible to climb it. If only I still have that magic carpet. Alright. Now, probably the most annoying of this game's tightropes. Right? Let's see. Oh, hey. All right. This is sort of like, it looks like you're going to fall off. Maybe I will. Oh, all right. Be careful. There is a huge lion with dripping fangs at the top of the stairs. He has a hungry look in his eye. You're at the top of the wooden steps in the quartz tower. A door leads off to the north. A hungry-looking lion guards the door. This is the biggest lion you've ever seen. He could eat you with 2 bites of his powerful jaws. His tail thumps repeatedly on the floor. Well, what do we do? The huge lion just snarls at you. You might be irritating him. Well, we could just kill the lion. With one mighty heave of your sword, you fatally wound the large lion. He slumps to the floor. But that is terrible. That poor guy. I don't want to do that, because that's awful. But you do get points for it, which, you know, they should take points away to tell you that's not the right solution. Yeah, it's just a lion in a tower. Yeah, nothing wrong with, yeah, just a lion in a tower. Yeah. Throw bridle at lion. Oh, well. Yeah, that doesn't work. But really, we want to give the ham to the lion. Hungrily, the lion gobbles down the smoked ham and then falls fast asleep. And that gives you more points. Pet lion? That would be a wrong... What? That wouldn't be a wrong move. It's a... Oh, I can't cuddle a lion. It's just, Will the game be awful and let you kill it after that? Oh, it will. Ugh. At least it took away points for that. Okay. It's never a wrong room to pet. It's just a nice kitty. Okay. And now finally, you have found her. The girl from the magic mirror. She is even more beautiful than you would imagine. You know, these graphics are, I don't know. She's even more beautiful than you imagined. I guess you have to imagine quite a lot. And look, this is great. It's like an interracial couple, maybe. I don't know how skin tones are supposed to register in a game like this. But now, you know, I mean, I don't even... Now I can just be like, hey, I've got all this stuff for you. Right? I have a tiara, earrings, a bracelet, a Dracula's ruby ring if you wanted, a necklace, a brooch, just a whole like little regalia here for you, milady, to prove my love. And now we look at the girl. She is even more lovely than she appeared in the mirror. Her long auburn hair tumbles in luscious waves down her back. She has the bluest eyes you've ever seen and soft, creamy skin. Are we sure this isn't Leisure Suit Larry? My name is Valanice. What is your name? I'll tell her my name's also Valanice. No. Okay. I guess I can't. Oh, Grandma, I am forever grateful to you. All right. And then we obviously, just like in real life, you just start kissing her, and that's how things work, right? You tentatively embrace the beautiful girl. Your lips meet hers, and you are both in ecstasy. That was well worth playing the game for. Can you just marry girl? Don't be impatient. you just met take some time and get acquainted. All right, he just waltzes in and starts kissing her. So it's like, don't be impatient, dude. Well, I've rescued you, so fantasy law dictates that we get married now. You remember the word home. A tingling sensation envelops your body. You black out for a second. When you come to, you see you are somewhere else. Congratulations, King Graham. You have won the hand of beautiful Valenice. May you two live happily ever after. So my prize is woman. Great. That's a great lesson to people. So now the monk's marrying us. We've got the Leprechaun King from King's Quest 1. We've got the Fairy Godmother, Grandma and the Wolf, and Little Red Riding Hood, all friends. The Giant from King's Quest 1. The Dwarf and the Enchanter. We've got the Dragon from King's Quest 1. The Mermaid, the Shark. The Monk declares you man and wife. We got King Neptune, Hagatha, and Dracula, who we killed, right? And the Fairy. Like, everybody just came out. Every single citizen of the entire world came out for this. All right? If you have enjoyed this game, or what did it say? Please ask your dealer for other Sierra games. King's Quest 3 to err is human. To really foul things up takes a computer. Oh, to err is human. To really foul things up takes a computer. Yeah, ha ha ha. Thank you from the King's Quest development team. Yeah. You behead the monk for failing to properly address you as my liege. You should play the King's Quest 2 VGA remake by AGD Interactive, because the monk is part of what they've expanded with that version of the game. Yeah, no lion. The lion wasn't there in the wedding. How? I mean, there's lions right here, like at the door of Castle Daventry. So what? If the lion didn't attend? The dragon has got to attend, but not the lion. What's with that? So, that's King's Quest 2, Romancing the Throne. Oh, the King's Quest Quality Assurance team. Thanks. You guys really assured that I could only cross those bridges, that bridge 7 times. Thanks for not catching that. Thanks for being like, it's fine, Roberta. The snake and the bridle thing's fine. So yeah, that's King's Quest. Where am I? Where's my chat? That's King's Quest 2. So what did we see? We got to see the dumb the bridge. We got that annoying bridle puzzle. We saw the Space Quest 1 plug and the Batmobile Easter egg. And Graham got the girl. Maybe he's the ancestor of Leisure Suit Larry. Who knows? But yeah, that's that. And next, so let me see. Next weekend, like I said, I'm out for work next week, and I don't get back until late Saturday. So it's either a late Saturday stream or a Sunday stream. So it may be Sierra Sundays, but it's going to be Black Cauldron. My plan is to do Black Cauldron and also talk about some of the other games that Sierra collaborated with Disney on. And as far as it, not thinking it's as good as King's Quest 1, it's probably just a little bit, there are a lot of ways they improved on it. They improved on this game over King's Quest 1. Like I said, it's a bit more vibrant. It seems like it's a little bit more animated as far as the world goes. And the parser is a lot more responsive. Sort of gives you the right hints as far as where to go. But the game is, it's just like, it's not really cohesive in terms of its theme. Yeah, so this is still early days of Sierra when they were still trying to kind of figure out, what do we do? What do we do with these games? You know, how can we make them bigger and better? And fortunately, King's Quest 3 is really the game where it the first really impressive King's Quest game, I think, for its time. King's Quest 3 is very different, just in terms of the pacing and the tone and who you're playing and stuff. It's quite a bit more complex than these games, let's say. Whew. So, yeah, that was King's Quest 2, and thank you all for tuning in, supporting this. Like I said, I want to do one of these a week, and we're just going to go through all of Sierra's games, most of them, I think. I'm still torn, like I said, of whether I'm going to stick predominantly to adventure games or not, or whether I'm going to, I'm just going to look at my list here real quick of I made a big list going up to sort of mostly toward like the end as far as adventure games go. But there's stuff like the Hoyle games, right? Which were a bunch of card games. There's like a whole solitaire game. I don't know if there's really enough there to support multiple videos. But then there's stuff like, some of the Dynamics action games. There was like Stellar 7 and Nova 9 and Thexter. Well, Thexter was Game Arts, but the less adventure-y stuff. There's Lode Runner, The Legend Returns, which I really, really, really loved. That was actually the first thing I bought with my own paycheck when I had a summer job in '94. Was that game. But there's like 3D Helicopter Simulator and Police Quest SWAT and some of the edutainment games. Like I might do a Mixed Up Mother Goose episode. I don't know if I'm going to do that or not. And there's some of the it's sort of borderline adventure, but the Goblins games. I suspect there'll be enough people who want to see those though. But then there's stuff like there's like RPGs, there's like Betrayal of Krondor, Shadow of Eusebius. Maybe we do a whole episode on the Sierra Network. That would be fun. There are a lot of flight simulators that Dynamics did. They did like Aces of the Pacific, Aces over Europe, Red Baron. There's Incredible Machine. There's all kinds of non-adventure-y stuff I might do. But Outpost, I know a lot of people hated Outpost with good reason. But we'll see. We'll see how I feel about that stuff. I know more about the adventure games. Gold Rush. Gold Rush was probably your favorite Sierra adventure game. I will tell you, MTG Dave Smith, Gold Rush is not aged well. Gold Rush is not... I played through it again recently. That is not a great game. So... But, and play what I find interesting. That's part of it, Rodbot. I am going to play what I find interesting, but I don't... There's stuff where it's just like, I probably won't have much to say about, like, the Hoyle games. So we'll see. I'm mostly interested and knowledgeable about the adventure games. Right? So, I think that's it. That's it for today. Thank you very much, everyone who subscribed and followed me. I appreciate all the support. Share this with, if you're on any adventure game communities or anything like that. If there's any like adventuregamers.com forum members or anything like that here, share this. I tend to, there's a lot of places that kind of tend to frown on self-promoting your own stuff. So the more you kind of spread this to people who love adventure games, the more, I'd like to get some more eyes on this. And, the more the merrier. And this will be going up on YouTube, Hello YouTube in the future, next Saturday. So every Saturday, a Saturday after these episodes go on Twitch, they'll be on YouTube. King's Quest 1 just went up hours before this stream. So yeah, go check those out if you missed them. I'm hoping these are like evergreen and they can live on. So thank you. And yeah, I hopefully will see you next week.